All right, sir. We got the video game awards that happened last Thursday. I'm not as I get older, the less and less I just care about anything in awards in a way, I guess. That makes any sense. Like the Oscars, Golden Globes, Grammys. Um Not that this award show doesn't have like the same caliber or is not important at all, cuz I think it shines on the industry and shows like the hard work that everyone's done that year, because there's a lot of hard work that goes into video games that goes unnoticed. Um, but it's cool. It's a cool little thing to just have everyone come together, even though there's several events every year where everyone kind of comes together, but not in this kind of version, I guess. But I think the way the show opened up was very nice with all the
Reggie, Sean, and Phil.
Are they all what's their titles for all this, like CEOs?
Yeah, or president, CEO, yeah.
For Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation to come out and kind of come together and, I don't know, have like a great message to start off the show. Off the top of my head, don't remember every single award that was given out. I know God of War won Game of the Year. And then it also won.
Red Dead won a bunch of things too, like technical things and like story, I think.
Yeah, story, but I think voice acting wise, I think the guy that did Arthur, I believe, won that.
He did. Sonic Fox was esports player of the year. Ninja was like online personality of the year, like basically like Twitch streamer of the year.
Indie game of the year was Celeste, that was like nominated for game of the year, so that's kind of like a good way to give them an award too. I'm just like the other ones I just like was blanking. I was working at the time and
there was like game direction, which I think was God of War. Soundtrack stuff, original songs, all sorts of stuff.
But yeah, those were just the award winners. Announcements. Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, I have all of them written down if you want to.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So these are in chronological order of like when they were revealed throughout the show. So I did skip some. There were all sorts of bits of information on various indie games from a wide variety of developers. So you can check those out. And also something that we're not talking about here that happened a couple days later was the Kind of Funny Game Showcase. That was the Saturday after this. So that was also skewed much more towards the indie scene. So if you want to check that out, you guys can. But as far as the Game Awards are concerned, the first kind of bigger of the announcements was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. What's unique about this is that it's a Switch exclusive, which is really surprising to me, just because I think the Switch sales right now are somewhere in the 13 million units range. So I'm kind of surprised that they decided to pigeonhole themselves into a relatively small market.
Is this like an MMO at all?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, this
basically.
Suck.
So it's much more like comic, cartoon, graphic-ish.
Yeah. My problem with this is like the way to communicate with people. I'm not.
Come on, it's the Nintendo Switch online service.
Yeah, but don't you have to use your phone for that?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know how that is doing at the moment.
Probably terrible.
I would assume people are just going to be able to play this game through Discord and use that as their way to communicate with people.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they have to use Discord on their computer while they play.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Ultimate Alliance on their Switch.
I would assume that a lot of people have a Switch and a PC, and you don't even need that powerful of a PC to have Discord, anyways.
Okay.
You just have to really have a decent internet connection.
I think Ultimate Alliance 2, I think, was a 360 game. So it's been a while since there's been one of these installments. So hopefully it's at least decent and fun if that's your scene. The comic book MMO, if that's your scene. The second thing, probably like a top 3 as far as announcements are concerned, was Far Cry New Dawn. It's, I believe, standalone DLC for Far Cry 5. You can buy New Dawn just by itself, but it's not a full-fledged new game.
Yeah, it's like what they did with the Dragon something.
Blood Dragon,
yeah. Kind of in a way.
So this is releasing February 15th. You're playing as twins, and the story I know is set after the end.
I thought the twins are the antagonists.
Oh, really? I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, I thought they were the bad guys.
Oh, okay.
And I thought
Maybe I missed that.
And I thought you play as like the original antagonist from the movie the game that.
Okay, well maybe I messed that up. I'm not
like
sure. But it is set after the ending of Far Cry 5.
It's like a post-apocalyptic.
Right. Yeah. After, I guess, spoiler alert, they drop a bunch of nukes on Montana, wherever they are. I don't know. I didn't play that game. In any case, check out Far Cry New Dawn if you're a fan of the Far Cry franchise.
Go check it out.
There was a new trailer for Anthem, which is a BioWare Destiny wannabe.
Real quick.
Yes. Oh wait, the bottom here.
Yeah. So we can tighten or retighten. Can I tighten it? Is it under?
Yeah.
Yeah. Loosen it a little bit, actually. And then push. Okay, now. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. One of the mic stands loosened.
Alright.
Perfect.
We're good. All right. Coming back. There was a new Anthem trailer for BioWare's version of Destiny. It went into a little bit of detail about the suits that they wear and why they have to wear them and such. So you can check that out if you're interested. Anthem, I did not write down the release date. I believe it is a February 22nd. I think it's one of those games that's coming out on the 22nd of February, along with Metro and something else. There's another big game that's releasing on that day as well. I'm blanking on what it is. In any case, check that trailer out if you guys want to see that. They also finally confirmed the long-awaited rumors that Crash Team Racing was going to be getting a reboot. It is going to be releasing on June 21st. I'm not really surprised that they're choosing to do this, especially with the new Crash that's coming and like they remastered with the Insane trilogy. So Crash is kind of hot right now, so I'm not surprised.
It was kind of like the trilogy. The trilogy release was kind of the confirmation to give them the green light to do something like this. They probably saw a good number in sales to where like, okay, people want this, so let's do this. Yeah. And then, you talked about a Crash reboot?
Yeah, they already said they're making a new Crash game.
So there wasn't there's just Crash coming in 2020 or something like that.
Not in this. The Crash reboot thing came in at E3.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, when they announced the Insane trilogy.
I have no idea. Okay, I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Okay.
Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know.
He might be.
Did you ever play? I've never played Crash Team Racing. It seems like Mario Kart.
I've only played a regular Crash. Yeah, it's like the Banjo-Kazooie one they did too.
Nuts and bolts.
Yeah, something like that. It's like that kind of, but it wasn't. It was like the third one out of the top, like those three. You know what I mean?
Okay. The next game that was announced was the new. I guess it's an RPG, from Obsidian, called Outer Worlds. It seems very, like, Borderlands cross Destiny cross Fallout. I don't know, sort of thing. Kind of weird trailer. You keep snapping your fingers and pointing everywhere because you correctly predicted that even though Obsidian was purchased by Microsoft, that their new game was going to be released on everything. What I didn't realize when you made that prediction, was that their new game was so close to being ready. I expected that it was going to be a few years and then it was going to be available to just Xbox users as an exclusive. But like I said, I didn't think their game was going to come so quickly, but it did. So here we are.
Yeah, I think even if this game was like a year and a half out, I still don't think this would have been an exclusive.
Is this the one that was like the original creators that they kept specifically mentioning they were the original Fallout creators?
Yeah, it's the original writers, I believe, or part of that team that did that, and then they also did Fallout. Some of them did Fallout New Vegas. I remember the guy that worked on Fallout New Vegas when he was at Obsidian. They did it unfiltered on IGN when he talked about making that game. But he was only on the Fallout team, the original team, up until I think the later, like maybe 2 or the PlayStation release one, because they released one on the PS2, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too certain on like how many of the original creators there are. But yeah, this game looks really, really good. I think what benefits this game is the art style of it, to where it's gonna look good, and they don't have to have it look like Red Dead Redemption. You know what I mean? So they can have they don't have to make this game look totally just beautiful. You know what I mean? So it just kind of plays to that, I guess. And I would assume this game is going to be really good, because usually the last couple Obsidian games, RPG games, have been amazing. With the South Park games, and then going all the way back to Fallout New Vegas, they've all been great RPGs and games that you are able to just play. I think Colin did a video on the top 10 RPGs out like this past 10 years, and New Vegas and the South Park games were on there. And I would definitely just play South Park just to play an RPG. If you're into RPG games, I would just play South Park as well. Regardless if you don't even have anything, or if you've never watched a South Park episode, I think you'll really enjoy it.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I think Anthem's going to be the game I'm going to be right about this time, though, out of all those games.
Remind me of your Anthem prediction.
It's going to not be good.
Well, I mean, Destiny's not good, but a bunch of people play that game. The next thing, I guess I kind of threw this in here for myself just because I kind of feel bad for all the crap that Hello Games got for the way they handled No Man's Sky. But their newest game, this is not the full team, but I think it was like maybe just two people, or at least like kind of the brainchild of two people from Hello Games. This is the first game that they're going to be releasing since No Man's Sky, which has been, 4 years now?
3.
3, you think?
I think 3.
So I guess good on them that they feel comfortable enough with the community that they can release another game, that maybe there's not such a stain on that studio as there has been over the last couple of years. I think they've made some really good steps with No Man's Sky as far as kind of reaching out to the community and like the changes that they've made with that game. It's a completely different game than it used to be.
This game in particular is kind of definitely a departure of that, but also it looks
this is definitely basically an indie game.
Yeah, but it looks like cute and fun. I want to try
Could
it.
be, yeah.
I
don't potential.
Totally try indie games just because of the fact that they kind of don't come out at the right time for me to try to play, in a way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I would say if I was an indie developer, I would try to get your game out like right before summer.
I feel like there probably are a lot that.
I only know like Guacamelee and like Soft Cells came out like at the end of summer.
I mean, that's why Xbox used to have like the summer of arcade stuff, because like all those indie games are coming out in the summer.
Well, I don't know. Whenever this game comes out, hopefully it does.
An update quickly to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The winter map, I think if you're on PC and you have the test servers, is available now. It is a 6K by 6K map, I believe. And then the winter maps will be releasing on console. They just said in January. So I guess they kind of kept their promise, but kind of broke their promise, because they said that they were going to be available in 2018, and they are available on the test servers, and then they're going to be actually available in 2019. So they pushed it kind of as late as they could.
I wouldn't care about their promise. I would just care about if it's actually going to be good. But I mean, it's
too
already
late.
over.
We talked about what was it? Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And Battlefields isn't coming until next year,
but I still think there's people that have played PUBG in the past that have switched over to Black Ops that are gonna want to try this anyways.
We'll see.
One
thing that they announced about it that was cool.
I'm gonna do it too. So
one thing they announced about it that was cool was that
snowmobiles.
There's footprints.
Oh yeah, footprints.
You can track people.
Santa Claus is gonna be this.
Probably at some point.
Reindeer.
I don't know.
Rudolph.
In any case. BioWare, moving on. BioWare also teased it wasn't really a full announcement, but kind of teasing the existence of a Dragon Age 4 with a short little 30-second trailer. You can check that out online.
Yeah, for you Dragon Age fans.
If you're a big Dragon Age person,
that's for you guys.
And last but not least, for whatever reason, you thought this was like the least of the announcements. But the creator of Mortal Kombat, whose name escapes me, came out on stage, and they did a reveal for MK11, which is actually releasing a lot sooner than I thought it would.
What did I say?
When you started talking about the Game Awards and what was
I said it like it was like one of the worst things, one of the worst announcements I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you feel that way.
The song was terrible, dog.
No one cares about the song in a trailer. Everyone's just excited for Mortal Kombat. In any case.
Anyways, it was a cinematic trailer, and it didn't even look that good.
April 23rd. April 23rd is going to be the release of Mortal Kombat 11. I've never been a big Mortal Kombat guy. I'm personally much more invested in Injustice than I am in Mortal Kombat. So I'm kind of just waiting for Injustice 3. But I'm sure Anthony will buy this, so I'll play it some. But
Yeah, I think this game will do fine, just like it always does. I mean, it just feels weird how they're not annual releases, but they're like one after the other kind of releases with Injustice in this. I don't know. I think they're kind of getting stale because they're just kind of like the same game in a way. Just there's a couple of new things in there, I guess, and just kind of like an update version. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't seem cool, or like not cool. It just doesn't seem anything that I want to like bite my teeth into anymore.
Okay.
Than like the first two, like the first like Mortal Kombat 9 and like the first Injustice. I was like, oh, this is cool, and then they started to just like poop these out, and I'm like, eh.
There's like a couple of years in between all of the.
I guess, but
like
still.
MKX was a while ago.
Whatever. I don't care.
All right, fine.
I'm just not into fighting games. Sorry. Smash is where it's at.
So that is it for our Game Awards recap. So
yes. But we're gonna get into some history. And before we do that, let us know in the comments down below on what you guys were excited about for the Game Awards, what you guys are most or least excited about, and what games you were disappointed they didn't showcase at the Game Awards. Let us know in the comments down below.